I'm not a betting man, you know this, but on Tuesday I decided to open my app at 7 a.m. and place a bet on a Stephen Fulton decision victory because I was just so convinced. I'm like boxer puncher. Like I kept thinking about it all week, and I'm like, there's no way. Like Fulton always looks so good. And the dude, man, the dude couldn't get comfortable. It seemed like he had a wide stance. And when you have that wide stance, you're not as mobile as you usually are. You can't move as quickly as you do whenever you have a shorter distance between your feet or whatever. And Fulton, I don't know, it felt like he limited his mobility, his best attribute. He wasn't
Yeah, I
moving
agree.
well. He was just kind of standing there, just hoping to counter a super, super powerful guy. And you seen how it turned out. It didn't work out well for him. But I know you were happy with the outcome, Josh. This was your boy, Naoya Inoue. So I give you the full screen here to tell us your thoughts on this one.
Oh, my boy, appreciate it. Oh man, I'm not even gonna say I told you so because, like I said, I came into this fight pretty. I came into this fight pretty neutral. I gave credit to both fighters. Um, because this is just one of those fights where I feel like it really could have went any other. It could have went anywhere. Like I listened to what you have to say, and you made some great points. And then, I considered everything that anyway has going for him, and the reasons why I think he'll win the fight. And then I went back and I'm like, dude, I'm looking at I'm looking at these fights from Fulton from fights I'm talking about, the Angelo and the other one with
The
Figgy.
heartbreak, yeah.
Oh man, I was thinking about those fights again, and I'm like, man, this guy is very beatable, and anyway, he's gonna be the one to do it, and he did it too comfortably, man. Like I didn't expect this to be this comfortable a fight for him, and just kind of reiterate some of the things you said, like you know, Fulton just looked a little bit too composed. Or he didn't look composed enough. He didn't look assured enough. He looked slow, man. The footwork was slow. The punches were slow. I mean, dude, look at these. Like these stats are insane, man. I'm usually not a stat guy, man, but this was like heartbreaking, man. 47 punches thrown in the fight. Yeah, it was an 8 round fight, but 47 punches is
Yeah.
unheard of from a Stephen Fulton. Like that doesn't happen. There were some rounds he was throwing like 3 punches, bro.
Yeah.
Like he was, or 3 punches landing, I should say. Like that's insane, man. And you look at the stats here, and I'm gonna kind of get into Naoya Inoue and on how he won this fight. The jabs, man. The jab was the key for this fight for Naoya.
Mm,
Dude, he was throwing with 54%, 54%, 30%,
mm.
43% for the jabs, bro, in each round. And that was the story of the fight.
With
Go
the
ahead.
jabs, it wasn't just like up top either. It was like
It was to the
levels with the
body. It
levels
was
with it.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was getting very crafty, and you could just tell by like round three, like he was, and even the stats show it too. He was throwing more and more and more punches. You could tell that right hand was coming, man. You could tell he was ready for it, and Fulton didn't know what to do about it, man. He didn't know how to manage the distance. He didn't know how to. He just didn't know how to defend, and I just think the speed differential was kind of the factor in that. I feel like that's why he fought the way he did, because he didn't know how to handle the speed. He didn't know how to handle the big stage with being up there with Naoya, and there's nothing wrong with that. He can. There's you learn from things like this, but as a boxer, you have to admit that he just was not prepared for this, man. And like I said, Naoya, those fucking articles I was reading, apparently they were right, man. Like, dude was boxing people similar to his style. And yeah, I feel like in the interviews and the press, he was being humble, saying, hey, I don't know what to expect. But he came out there like he knew what to expect. Like, he boxed him.
Beautifully.
I think this is the easiest fight of his career, man. And that's saying something.
Don't say
I
it like
think
that.
no, seriously, bro. I think this is the easiest fight of his career, and it's one of the shortest fights of his career too, against a guy dude, this isn't just anybody, man. Like this is like for people who don't know. I don't need to explain it to you, but this is for people who don't understand. Like this guy is an undefeated. He's an undefeated fighter in America. He's
Was
22, 22 and 0, 22 and 1 now. 8 KOs. He's pretty down the middle, you know. Half majority of his fights are ending in a decision. Majority of them are ending in a finish, or the other half. Um, but this is not a regular guy. Like I just have to reiterate it. This is not a regular guy, and
yeah,
that's not to boast up Naoya as more as I'm saying. I'm just saying this is not a walkover, bro.
yeah,
And for him to have these kind of numbers, bro, this is unbelievable, bro. Like
yeah,
35%. Dude, his percentages were going up each round, bro. Like
mm,
that's not even that's unreal, man. Like you'd think
yeah,
he was fighting a nobody, and I just had to reiterate that this was these are unbelievable stats, and man, just the whole setup, man, was unreal, man. Like he pictured it. It's like he pictured it from round one. He was like, all right, top to bottom with the jab, and then that right hand's coming, and the way he set it up was beautiful, man. Just beautiful. Hit the body like he did. There's a whole compilation. He's hitting the body for like a minute straight from rounds 1 to 8. And then he just set the right hand up and Fulton dropped the hands and he saw it lightning speed. GG, man. Finished him.
GG. Yeah, he definitely did not see that shot coming.
You were wiping your eyes a little bit.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
I hit a nerve?
You didn't hit
What?
a nerve, brother. Not at all. Don't you don't gotta apologize. It was just I just was reliving the knockout. I was just
Yeah,
sitting
no,
there. It was it, bro. Listen,
I didn't want him to go out like that.
I know you
You don't
didn't.
want to see
Yeah,
a guy like that go out like that. I wanted it to be a competitive fight. And shot I saw a tweet from Gabe from Richie Mecco Connection. He said that was the most entertaining one sided fight I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if he was talking about boxing or not, but I'm gonna assume it was
yeah.
that
He
way.
for sure because we were texting about it that morning. He was definitely
Okay,
watching. He's a new leaf.
okay.
He's a new in Noya in
A
a way.
fan?
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's
love
just
it, man. I love it.
said it's his new favorite boxer or something like that.
Is that a lie?
Nah, for real, that's legit what he said. I'm like, he probably, I don't know if you've seen him on the
Wow.
train. He just joined the Inoue train. You're driving it. Did you not pick him up?
I didn't know Gabe got on the train. The train was packed, dude. The
Yeah,
train was stuffed with new people,
yeah,
man. So
yeah. The Gabe's one of them. He's on that motherfucker squished in the back somewhere.
no, I love it, man. I mean, this was, and I don't mean to, like I said, I have to reiterate, but I don't mean it in any disrespect. This was the easiest fight of his career.
Man, I think it's best to say it this way. On paper, this was his hardest fight of
It was
his. On paper, this was his hardest fight of his career. He made it look
like the easiest fight of his
like
career.
the easiest fight of his
I'll
career.
go with
Like,
that. That makes it sound better.
yeah, thank you. Because you
Because
said that
I was
before.
getting disrespectful.
Yeah, and like I understand, like Fulton did not
Dude,
represent himself well in that moment, and he tried. Like it's not like he just laid down or showed up
that's
just to get his head knocked off. You know what I'm saying? He tried. He was trying to find his spots. It
yeah.
seemed like he was trying to counter a fucking power puncher, which is never the move,
And you
man.
don't and that's what I was gonna say. I'm glad you said it because I was gonna say he didn't know what game plan he wanted to go with. He
Yeah,
didn't know if he wanted to fight on the outside. He didn't know if he wanted to be a counter puncher. And I think he should have just stuck with something. Like even if like one thing's not working, try the other
change
thing.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
change it
change
up.
it up. Change it up. And I just feel like he just didn't show his full potential. This
Yeah.
is one of those fights I feel like we need to see again because
Mm.
dude, that's you can't go out like that.
Yeah, I definitely will say I don't know if we're gonna see it again just because how one sided it looked, but if it ever happens again, I definitely think it won't play out that same way.
I don't think either. I still think Naoya wins, but
Mm,
I think Scooter has a lot more to show than that.
for
He
sure.
didn't show up for this fight,
Yeah.
and I
Uh,
he didn't show up for the fight, man. He didn't show up for it.
yeah.
Naoya showed up for the
He
fight,
showed up, bro. No,
and
no,
Scoot
yeah, like we talk about his power all the time, but he showed
he
the ability
fucking
to
showed up.
box.
Yeah,
He showed like I can sit here and I can set some shit up. Like I don't gotta just sit here and spray and pray and
and
hope
Brick
one
the
of these
yeah
like everything is so calculated. The team is so structured, and
yeah.
I'm definitely a fan of both of these guys. I'm more of a fan of Fulton, you know this, but
Yeah,
like Noy is a damn bad motherfucker, man.
he's
And
unreal.
like now at this point of his career, we got to be talking about this pound for pound number one status.
You already saw my
I,
post.
I know, I know you're claiming it, and I like the only counter would be Usyk, who's undisputed, was undisputed at light heavy. I'm sorry, cruiser, and now he's on his way to being currently unified, on his way to be undisputed potentially one day. He's the only counter, in my opinion. There's people who
Definitely.
say Crawford. There's people who say Spence, who
Not the
Crawford
number one. Not the number.
unified a division, moved up, has one of the belts. Spence has a few of the belts.
Yeah.
He's unified. So it's like there's a few arguments there, but Naoya is like the guy.
Yeah, I think I think he's definitely the number one guy. He's the first Japanese fighter for one to to be undisputed in four different weight classes. I mean, that alone that's unheard of. Like that's crazy.
Unified. I think it's unified in
I
four weight
don't.
classes.
He might be unified. I'm not sure, but he's
Undisputed would mean he
definitely
has all the belts.
yeah.
He
He's
doesn't
got
got
him.
all the belts. He got two.
Well, Tehran or not Tehran. I was thinking Tehran.
Fulton, yeah, Fulton.
Scoot.
Scoot had two. He just took
He
both
didn't
those.
have three.
Nah, he had two.
He had WBC. He had WB. Oh damn, he doesn't have.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't have
yeah. They
W.
had
Yeah,
some other dude in the ring afterwards with two belts. I was like, who the fuck
yeah. Who
is
the fuck
that
is this?
guy?
Yeah, that confused the fuck out of me. I was like, who are you, dog?
Yeah, I'm
Damn,
like, that's
I thought he had WBA as well. Yeah, so yeah, he's. I mean, dude, he's still champion in four different weight classes. Like,
right. That's
not
right.
not
Yeah.
many of these guys can say that.
Not at all. And it's crazy, bro. Low key, like last year, think about how much I was hyping up Stephen Fulton versus MJ at 122 for undisputed, and now neither of them have belts.
Are in the yeah, they're not even in the picture.
Oh my goodness. How about that?
Unreal.
Noya came to town. He moved up and said, strap season.
I'm gonna need all of it.
I'm gonna need all of it. I'm gonna need
Yo,
all of it. So you said pound for
unreal,
pound
man.
number one, no matter what.
I
There's no
say
telling you nothing else.
he he just did something that's unheard of. Like
Yeah.
nobody has boxed this man like that, or even come close to dismantling him the way he did. And even like as much as I think he lost some of those fights in the past, those guys did not dismantle him the way
Yeah.
that Naoya did, and I think
Right.
that's saying something to his boxing ability, and I think that he deserved the number one spot for that, and also for the other for being a champion in four different weight classes,
Yeah.
which I understand. It's those weight classes are by like 2 or 3 pounds. I get it, but he's moving up. You know what I mean? Like that's not easy to do, man.
And getting better.
And getting better, and like his ability is staying the same. Like, yeah, that's number one spot for me. The only argument people could make for Spencer Crawford is literally beating Spencer Crawford.
Yeah. Next weekend. They gotta
Like
do some crazy shit.
that's not enough. I feel like for a number one spot. Like Naoya is definitely deserving of it, or Usyk, but I think it'd be Naoya.
Fair. Fair. I mean,
It's crazy
subject
that
to what's about to
Canelo is.
happen on Saturday. Right, dude. We didn't even talk about Canelo. And I
He's
think
not even in the conversation anymore. That's crazy.
sorry.
Sorry, bud.
Sorry. I mean, no disrespect.
Shouldn't
I
have
think
lost to Bivol.
he's in that top five.
He's definitely top five,
Yeah.
100%. But he's not even.
Yeah,
Dude,
we're
that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think he's 1, 2, or 3 in my book, but I respect it if somebody else does. Like if you have him 1, it's like, all right, now you're bugging.
Yeah,
2, you're kind of bugging. 3, I'm
You're
like,
not
all right.
even. Yeah, you're not even being reasonable about that.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
putting him at 1 or
Respect.
2.
Respect. Yeah, in a
But
way
that's
for me too
awesome.
is pound for pound, man. He deserves it, dude. And
Respect. I
you've
like
seen
that.
ESPN had some bullshit rankings. Oh my
Oh
god,
my.
man.
See, I don't look at that shit, but
Bullshit, bro. I'm like, who
yo,
votes that shit?
bro, like these people do not watch boxing. I swear to God, they have like a social media team, and they're like, all right, look at these names, look at the resumes, and just fucking do whatever, bro.
Right. Like who
Like
takes the best
how,
trophies
bro?
or some shit.
Bro, it
For
makes no
sure.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't discuss that shit anymore. I think we had an episode one time where we were just fucking going off on them
Yeah.
for their shit, and then we promoted our own top 10.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should do that again
We
soon, man.
should, yeah, definitely.
Maybe by the
Shit
end of the
on
year,
ES
some shit, some 2023 pound for pound lists.
Absolutely. Just shit on ESPN.
Yeah, man.
But yeah.
ESPN deserves to be shot on, bro. No bullshit.
hmm But
Hmm.
now I think we should shine light on this. We should shine light on this whole uh this whole debacle with like you saw how emotional I was. That's a terrible word for it. You saw how vocal I was about it. How like these guys get a credible win, and it's like we're already moving on to the next fucking fight.
Oh yeah.
Like, can when did this shit happen? Like, is this like a social media thing where it's like,
Yeah. That's a new age
yo,
thing for sure.
Naoya Inoue defeats fucking Gervonta Davis. Let's fucking see him versus Tyson Fury next. How about it, guys? Like, bro, like, dog, he just knocked out Gervonta Davis. I'm
Yeah.
speaking. That's a little foreshadow. That's a
Figuratively.
little foreshadow for you. But
I don't know
dude,
about that
what's
one.
that's foreshadow. He's
I don't know
knocking his
about that
ass out.
one.
So
I don't
now
know.
since they want to talk about him, get dude, he just beat Scoot, and they're already talking about it. A fight versus him and Javante.
It's tough. It's definitely a new age thing. It's a social media thing. It's
It
also one of
totally is.
those things where we're accustomed to seeing in the post-fight interviews, what's next? That question always comes up,
Yeah,
regardless of the UFC, boxing, bare knuckle. Like that's a question that always comes up in the post-fight. So I think it's something that we just expect. But it's like,
I
damn,
agree.
these guys are like 5 weight classes apart, like just 2 big
Yeah.
punchers both considered who are both like small guys, and we just think they have to fight just because it's gonna entertain us. It doesn't make sense.
The fight literally does not make sense. And
Doesn't
then I
make
look,
sense.
and then somebody posts a clip like, "Hey, Javante said his dream fight would be Neo anyway." I don't care. That doesn't matter. He's gonna fight him at 140,
Exactly. Probably not. I bet you
135.
if you ask Tony Ferguson, his dream fight is Islam Makhachev. That shit ain't happening,
It ain't
bud.
happening,
Yeah.
bro.
Come on.
Dude, yeah, I think Neo can I think he can go up to that weight class, but I just think it's so silly to think that he's gonna jump up 12 pounds, 12, 13 pounds,
Yeah.
and fight Gervonta Davis on a whim. Like he's gonna do it in like fucking 6 months. Like, no.
And then Gervonta Davis, it's like now you're gonna make him cut all this
You're gonna
weight
make him cut weight.
just to meet in the middle with
Nah, man.
another big puncher, and it's not gonna work out well.
Nah,
That
man.
ultimately always does more harm than good.
Nah, man. I hate how they did that, but like if they even made like a remotely like reasonable case, like bro, they didn't even say like fucking like who else, man? Like there's so many better options than fucking Gervonta Davis. Like where did the fuck does that even come from, bro? It's just shitting names out, bro. At this point,
Yeah,
fucking Gervonta Davis. Like come on, dog.
yeah,
That shit's so whack, bro. And there were so many tweets about it too. I was just like, bro, can you enjoy the fight? Like,
yeah. That
dude just
dude, do you
beats.
follow that that boxing reporter Michael Benson?
That's the fucking dude I'm talking about.
Bro,
He's like,
that dude always be
he's
tweeting.
dude. I
He'd
hate
be like Devin Haney on Instagram today. Michael Tyson today. Like, bro, are you kidding
you
me?
are,
We can
dude.
go on look like people see it on their story. We don't
Yeah,
have
we can. Yeah, we
you to
don't need.
double down.
We don't need you to fucking remind us that what
Yeah,
we've already seen, bro. Like,
exactly.
tweet. Is it a slow news day, bro? Like,
Bro, always a slow news day for that guy. And he tweets like 300 times an hour.
an
And it's always
hour,
like
dude.
Shakur Steven took a shit today on the toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Dude, I'm not even trying to shit on the guy because it's like
I
if
follow
that's your
him
news,
though.
if that's your news outlet, then that's your news outlet. But like, dude, like, what are you talking about,
Yeah.
bro? Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
he's instigating the whole Javante thing. Like,
I
yo,
definitely I definitely follow. I'm not gonna lie though. He definitely like out of 10 stories, there's probably 3 good ones.
dude,
3 ones where I'm
I
like,
don't
oh
even,
shit.
I don't even need to follow him, bro, because he just comes up in the recommended, and it pisses me off every time
Yeah,
he does.
that sounds like Twitter, man. Elon showing you.
It's so bullshit, bro. He was instigating that shit so hard, bro. I'm like, Dog, the fight just happened 30
Yeah,
minutes ago, bro, and
yeah.
he's instigating a fucking Javante fight,
Like
bro.
Stephen Fulton
Bro, I think,
just stood up, bro.
dude,
Chill the fuck out.
bro, he just got out, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, we got to be better with the whole like with this whole system. I feel like I like it to a certain extent because like I think it helps promote the next fight. I do like it, but like, bro, let's be reasonable. Like, let's be like, who do you want to fight next? Who do you like? How do you like, bro? Why are we doing scenarios? Like, how do you think the fight with Javante plays out?
Right.
Like,
It's
bro,
fantasy.
what are you doing, bro?
It's fantasy.
And also be realistic, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's
It'd be
like,
fun if Terrence Crawford could fight Tyson Fury, wouldn't it?
yo,
Like,
that'd be fucking sick if we can see
yeah.
Sonny Edwards go up and fight fucking Deontay
Clarissa Shields.
Wilder or Clarissa Shields, bro.
Yeah.
I'd love to see one of them fucking deck that kid.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking fantasy. It's a dream fight, bro. It's a super fight, is what they call it. That's a super fight all the way, man. Javante Davis
For
versus
sure, bro. That
It's a
shit would
super
do
fight.
crazy numbers.
It would do crazy numbers,
But I feel like at this point, almost anything Gervonta does crazy numbers. So it's
yeah. And Naoya just solidified himself in America.
I
And what a
mean,
way to do it.
to the people who are down to watch some boxing at 7 a.m. on a fucking Tuesday morning, right? Not all of America was watching.
But that's the
But we
first
know.
time he's been
Yeah.
posted on the Zone, all the American outlets.
We're
So
hip.
people know. People
Yeah,
know
now
about
they
him now.
do. Now they do. It only took them how long, bro?
Long, bro. This is a journey. He
Shit,
waited
man.
forever for this, and he got his moment, man, and he shined. And yeah, just stay away from the comments, man. The comments they're getting really bad for Fulton. And he's
Yeah.
he's the social media guy. He looks at stuff. He responds.
He does.
I
He
hope
does.
he's doing okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely responded to a few of his stories. Like, love you, bro. Head up. Don't even sweat it.
Is that a pun? Head up. Nah, I forced it.
You
All
should have
right.
tuck
Too
chin.
soon.
Yeah,
Scoot. Yeah, man.
he'll be back. He'll be back. I'm still a Scoot guy. I mean, Naoya got the best of him this
There's
time, but
no.
I'm still a Scoot guy. So comments, you just keep it to yourself. I'll read them, but I'll tell you two birds. You know what I'm saying?
Two birds,
Two
motherfucker.
birds. You know what I'm saying? We still flying with Scoot. It's still fuck Sixers, but we rock with Scoot.
Fuck the Sixers. Fuck Philly, bro. Fuck. Oh, no. Yeah, that's a dangerous route. Yeah,
we fuck with Philly fighters, bro. The Philly boxers are really
we love the Philly, but we're talking about the 76ers. Are we? Fuck. You gotta save me.
You just punked out live, bro. You just instantly regretted saying some shit. Now fuck you, Philly.
Yeah.
Fuck ass Philly. Bum ass Sixers, you know what I'm saying?
You'll hear him.
Eagles suck too.